It's Mike here, head trader, True Trading Group. July 18th is a small green day. Nothing really to write home about today. I was just taking what the market gives me. Today I really wasn't forcing anything. I wasn't, I was getting no signs of follow through and continuation. My watch list again coming into the day was extremely small. It's not like the whole week my watch list has been very, very small coming into the day. But the last couple of days, we actually had some stocks make some really nice moves. Like we had the GHSI yesterday, we had APRN before that. So we've had some pretty decent moves in the middle of the week, and then now here we are today on Thursday, and I couldn't find any follow through. I focused on OTLK, and then Netflix. Netflix, huge down day today. Missed on their new subscribers for the first time, I think, ever. I don't remember. I had it on TV today. I think they said they missed for the first time ever. Or if it's not for the first time, it's, it hasn't happened in a while, but it was a big miss, like 2 million subscriber miss. Stock got smoked. Huge gap down on Netflix. We finished the day down like 10.5%. So I made a little bit of money short Netflix. I didn't get any continuation on that short. It gapped down most of the move and then just traded sideways. So I got a little bit there. I got a little bit on OTLK long, but no real follow through on that either. So I'm just happy to come out of the day green. It very, very easily could have been a red day. Very, very easily could have been a red day. So we'll get to the two trades. Like I said, guys, they're both trades are very small wins, and I'm happy with OTLK just on the kind of just the management of the trade, like the risk management on the trade, because this very easily could have turned into a red trade. So, let's get to it. And OTLK actually had pretty low volume pre-market. It wasn't a stock that I was focusing on off the bell. And right off the rip, it just started to push off the bell, and the volume was good. This is a nice strong volume surge as the stock's pushed higher here off the open. And I waited for it to kind of like establish that top and then look for the pullback. So I just drew out my Fibonacci retracement levels on this once it established a high. And I started to say to myself that we've got some support here. The 38.2 fib level lined up with VWAP. So on that first pullback down into that region, I just went ahead and I jumped in long right there at $2.57. So taking my trade announcements. My screen has frozen, it looks like, here for a minute, guys. Bear with me. All right, there it is. Sorry about that, guys. My screen just froze for a minute. I'm not sure. It's been doing that lately. I'm not sure why. And now it just flashed white. I'm not sure what's going on. So here you guys can see long OTLK at 257, stop loss at 240 area. Okay, I'm setting my stop loss around the 240 area because we had the 50 Fibonacci level sitting there, and at the time that I entered this trade, the trade line was also sitting right there. So I said, okay, I've got two support indicators right here. I've got two support indicators beneath me. So I jumped in on that pullback right there. I got long at 257, and I got tested. Okay, I got tested. Here's that 240 level. You can see we came right down to it. We tested it several times. Okay, you can see the support level coming into play here several times. And once when we were pulling back down in here, this pullback was a lot deeper than I would have liked to have seen. And when we were in here, guys, the stock just didn't feel right. It just didn't feel like it had that oomph and that momentum. It didn't feel like GHSI. It didn't feel like APRN the other day. Didn't feel like that CEI from the other week. Some of these stocks that have made these big moves lately, I'm pretty good at feeling the heartbeat of a stock, and it's something that you really will just develop over time with experience. It's not necessarily something that I can say, well, guys, like I specifically look for this in the level 2, or it's really just something that you develop over time. And I just felt like the heartbeat just wasn't there in this stock. I wasn't happy about this deeper pullback because I jumped in here at 257. We went all the way down to almost that 240 area, which is where I said I was going to stop out. So on this first little bounce right back up here, I lightened up my position just because I just didn't like the way that the stock was acting and housing. I was having a lot of trouble. There was a lot of selling pressure in here. So I lightened up my position at 263. So yeah, it's a little bit of profit, but this was more so me not being as confident in the trade anymore and really just reducing my risk more so than it was locking profit. It's only 6 cents a share profit, but I dropped 25% of my position right there at 263 just to lighten up my risk on the trade. And then this candle gets put in. Boom. Right there, I said, oh, that's it. I'm going to stop out. Like right there, I said to myself, we're going to break below 240. I'm going to have to stop out of this position. I was like 90% sure of it, but it held again. It came down here, held again. Looked like we were going to go. Another big red candle. I mean, this action in here was so tough. It was up and down, and I mean like aggressive up and aggressive down. It was very, very choppy during this consolidation, and I really thought I was going to have to stop out of the trade, but we ended up grinding higher. We pushed up here, we grinded higher, right up on that move in front of the high of the day. I said, all right, screw this. I wasn't liking the way the stock was trading in here. So as soon as we got this move, I sold the bulk of my position at 271. So there it is, guys. You see right here, it took more profit at 271. Okay, the bulk of my position. And then on this big red candle flush right there, I exited the last final piece at 261. So another tiny profit. So, I mean, you're looking at, small gain here, guys, from 257 to 263, 271, 261. So nothing to write home about. But this could have very easily turned into a red trade. So I'm just happy with, the way I was able to manage the risk and not force something that wasn't there. And I was really listening to the stock and recognizing that it didn't have that momentum, didn't have that oomph behind it. So I just took my small gain and I kept it moving. Next, we had Netflix. Okay, Netflix with the monster gap down. Okay, we pushed off the bell. Let me zoom over. Okay, and then we broke through the initial morning low. So what I did was I drew a line right across this initial morning low right here. And you see we were coming up right on this little bounce back right here. This is where I went ahead and I got short right there. Take you guys to my trade announcements again. Here you can see I'm short Netflix at 322.52. My stop loss is going to be just above 325, which is where VWAP was at the time. You can see we came up here, we tested VWAP, couldn't get above it. Then we rolled back over and actually made a new low of the day. Right here, I covered some of my position. Back to my trade announcements, you can see, took some profit, covered Netflix at 320.85. Not a big gain again. And then it immediately took back that new low, and we started to bounce back. And I just said right in here, we started to bounce back. I said, this thing, we're just going to base out here for the whole day. This thing's not going to have that follow through to the downside. So right here, I went ahead and I exited the rest of that position basically flat at 322.33. So short from 322.52, I covered 25% of the position at 320.85, and then I got flat at 322.33. So again, another profitable trade, but very small gain, and that leaves me with a small green day. I'm okay with it, because this could have very easily been a red day. If I was forcing it, like if I was forcing this OTLK long, I could have got caught in that pullback. If I was forcing that Netflix short, I could have got stopped out on this bounce back when we got back above VWAP. This could have very, very easily turned out to be a red day. So I'm just happy that I'm coming out of here with a profit, and that's really it. I'm gonna look to keep things moving and look to close out the week strong on Friday tomorrow. So that's it. I'll see you guys in chat. Take care.